It's been high time fighting side by side with you, laddie.
I am honored to die at your side.
Are you two done being sissies?
Hey, laddies! Yeah, okay, I'm not doing that again. Samurai Jack, the goated Emmy Award-winning show known for its amazing animation and questionable last season choices, is still one of the best shows from my childhood, and I know I'm not the only one. I just finished rewatching it for a future video, and I compiled the 7 best and most absolutely goated episodes that will make fans and non-fans alike be like,
Damn! That shit good!
If you all like this sort of thing, then drop a like and subscribe so you can catch me in the next one. And comment what y'all's top episodes are down below too, because I'd love to see them. Now without further ado, let's get to it. Starting with number 7, we have Jack and the Gangsters. This one is a bit underappreciated, I feel like. The episode starts by welcoming us to this super exclusive old-timey club called the Blue Monkey. I'm glad it's not called the Blue Waffle. A place where only the high class reside, and for some strange reason, Jack is of course let in. These cool old-timey gangster robots come in and give the bartender a payment for his discretion for what they're about to do. He smells it, accepts it, and ducks. Afterwards, the robots start attacking their target, and Jack stops them with this amazing song playing in the background. Excited to be alive, the target Al Capone and his other associates come out and invite him to join their gang, but Jack says, "No, are you crazy?" and of course dips. Until he finds out that they work directly for Aku and visits him often. Upon learning this, he joins in the hopes of defeating him once and for all. Afterwards, he gets accepted in the gang and dresses in this cool looking suit, and we learn about what that gang is trying to do for Aku. They're after this ancient jewel that controls all of the water in the world. This is what the gangsters want to give to Aku so they wouldn't be small-time villains anymore. But they haven't yet because it's guarded by the 3 forces of nature: Earth, Wind, and Fire, which I think that's a band, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, an epic battle happens between Gangster Jack and the Guardians of Nature. He wins and finally goes toe-to-toe with Aku until those guys screw him over because they, for some reason, thought he was in danger, which is crazy. He was winning. Afterwards, Jack explains his situation to them and tells them that he had to deceive him in the hopes of saving the world. And then he leaves, allowing them to keep the jewel in the hopes of the gangsters walking the right path, which doesn't end up happening, and they start a small business selling water. What I like about this episode is that it's fun. It has a lot of inspiration from cool old-timey movies and personalities. We saw literal gods and forces of nature. And it also shows us a different side of Jack, a more frustrated and angry side that gets more expanded upon in the 5th season. To me, it feels like this is one of the moments where he starts to genuinely feel frustrated by the amount of setbacks he had to face. And despite all of that, he's still willing to give him a second chance to turn their life around. It's borderline perfect, see? But I like this next episode a lot better. Takes us to number 6, Jack and the 3 Blind Archers. Okay, first off, robot Vikings? That's freaking awesome. This whole army of robot Vikings pull up in a forest with a fire-breathing ship to find this magical well that grants any wish. But the problem is, it's guarded by these 3 blind archers that completely decimates him and his army. I mean, in 5 seconds, they're gone. Some time passes after that, and we see this broken man reminiscing about how his dreams got crushed by these 3 archers. Jack overhears the story and decides to go to the place to make his wish and fulfill his destiny. But he quickly finds out that these archers are no joke. Through one of the most visually appealing storytelling scenes yet, he battles these 3 blind archers without actually telling you that they're blind. You're left to figure that out on your own alongside Jack, and it's pretty cool. And I can't recall another series that really does that. I'm sure they're out there though. After he figures out that they're blind, he recalls his training with the Shaolin monks and manages to defeat the archers in a really satisfying way. Then turns out, these archers were actually taken over by the well, and Jack realizes that the well isn't nearly as good as it seems. But instead of going for the wish anyway, and because of the fact that this well kept these 3 warriors as its prisoners for years, he makes a selfless sacrifice and destroys his chances of going home. This episode again shows us how much of a good person Jack really is, and how he's willing to sacrifice his own happiness if it means the betterment of the world. This one definitely is a classic to me, and you have to watch it for yourself, because this episode and the other episodes that I say, whatever I say about it, don't do it justice. You should definitely watch it. Speaking of episodes you should watch, for number 5 we have Season 4, Episode 7, The Princess and the Bounty Hunters. I really like this episode because it has some of the most interesting characters all packed into one. First off, we start off at this barbershop, and this terrible, I mean completely horrible barber notices that all of these famous bounty hunters are crossing through his shop. All because by the barbershop, there's a huge chance to finally catch Jack and cash in his bounty. He introduces them one by one until he realizes that the head he completely messed up is in fact one of the biggest and baddest of them all, by the name of Boris. After the haircut is done, Boris leaves and meets up with the other bounty hunters, and each one tells us their convoluted plan to defeat Jack. And what's cool about this is that each story has their own different kind of art style. Like this guy in his more vintage style, and Boris in his completely dumbed down kid drawings, it feels like. It's pretty cool to see. But one of them shoots down everyone's plan because she knows just how powerful Jack truly is. So she convinces them to join forces, and at the same time makes the viewer care at least a little bit about her, because she has a really noble reason for wanting to bring in our hero. They all agree and reluctantly carry out the plan, but to no one's surprise, Jack demolishes all of them in a single second. It was so cool to see him exceed everyone's expectations and prove how much of a boss he really is. And it was also sad seeing this genuinely good person fail her mission and burst into tears because she couldn't free her village. It's a little bittersweet, but since we know that Jack's whole purpose is to rewrite reality, basically, it won't matter at the end of the day. Alright, and next we have number 4. This one is a classic, but not the one you're thinking. The other classic. See, there's an awesome side character that you can't help but love, and his name is the Scotsman.
Can you not see I'm trying to get a Tanya goal,
His debut is the episode that everyone likes for so many reasons, but since I like to be different, it's not on this list. This time, we're covering his second appearance. In this two-parter, our favorite man, the Scotsman, is on this random boat, and he stumbles upon a dude that looks just like Jack, but clearly he's not.
Like, you must be confused? My name's Brent Worthington.
Upon finding this out, the Scotsman assumes that he's somehow lost his memory and vows to help his friend through this predicament. What a good guy, you know, you can't help but love him. They travel across the land and he shakes down anyone and anything to see if they've seen Jack before. So hopefully they can pin down who did this to him. And we see him and his machine gun leg throw down against every bad guy imaginable until finally it's revealed that he was right the whole time. Jack did lose his memory. And if it wasn't for the Scotsman, the world would have been doomed for good. He saved the whole world. And I was led to believe that he was just crazy. Bad on me, you know. And after everything was said and done, we get to see the most epic game of thumb wrestling of all time. This episode is awesome because it shows that Jack isn't the only one capable of saving the world. And it was really nice seeing him spend time with a genuine friend, you know. Definitely goated in my book, but I know a lot of people will prefer his first debut. And if you do, all power to you, there's nothing wrong with that, at all. Okay, we are finally at the top 3 episodes that you have to watch. if you don't want to watch all 5 seasons, which is crazy, dude. You gotta watch all 5. Come on. Anyways, taking the 3rd spot, we have Season 4, Episode 11, The Tale of X9. This episode is about the life and death of one of Aku's soldiers, and it's told in a beautiful, almost heartbreaking way. Way too good for a kid's show in my opinion, especially for the time. We start off with an old-timey sad movie beginning, with an unnamed robot out in the rain, ruminating on his feelings for the only thing he loves in this world, his dog. He talks about how he was made, and how he was the only model that was implanted with an experimental emotion chip that will make this robot capable of developing feelings. After his construction, he was forced to follow the orders of Aku, causing destruction and killing hundreds. It was a truly sad life. That is until after one job, he comes across this dog and names her Lulu.
Sweet thing.
Afterwards, he retires, saddened at the things he's done, in the hopes to live a new peaceful life with his dog. And from there on, he discovers all these newfound feelings and emotions that he never knew he had, like music for example. But all of that gets stripped away once Aku finds out about his emotions and feelings towards his dog, and uses his dog Lulu to make X9 come out of retirement and kill Jack. Reluctantly, he does this, with every intention to get his dog back. But alas, it doesn't end the way he was hoping. It's a beautiful episode that makes you really appreciate these great side characters and world building. And it shows that everyone, no matter who you are, can change their life for the better. And even though I already loved the show to begin with, it even made me have a newfound respect for the show as a whole. All because of a robot and a random dog. I don't know about y'all, but it definitely deserved a spot on this list. Now for number 2, we have the very last episode of Season 5. I don't think I'm going to go too in depth in this one because it feels like it's a huge spoiler, even more so than what I've already been doing. So I hope you can all forgive me for that. But what made this show so amazing are the recurring characters and us finally seeing Jack fulfill his destiny. I had a very bittersweet experience when watching it, and that's because we're finally seeing Jack's dream come true. You know, like he ends up with everything he ever wanted, but at a truly terrible cost. Even at victory, Jack does not get a break, and it's heartbreaking. But despite the pain, he chooses to look toward the future in the hopes that something better for him is out there. Even though I have my gripes on Season 5, I still think it's a really freaking good season. And I'm glad that we got it because the payoff was better than I could have ever imagined, honestly. Definitely one of the best episodes, for sure. Honorable mention time. This show definitely has more goated episodes than just 7. Like Jack and the Three Creatures, which has amazing imagery and music. Jack remembers the past, showing just how much he lost and how he feels about it. And Samurai vs. Ninja, giving us one of the best silent fight scenes in cartoon history. Check these episodes out whenever you get the chance. And now, we have number 1, the 2-parter that beat the competition by the tiniest hair. The epic prologue that is Season 3, Episode 11 and 12, better known as The Birth of Evil. These 2 episodes are epic. Right at the start, we see these 3 gods coming out of a star that looks like the sun, but I don't think it is. The Egyptian god Ra riding a crocodile, the Norse god Odin on a flying horse that's not a Pegasus or a unicorn, it's just a flying 8-legged horse. I've never seen that before, but it looks pretty cool. And Hindu god Rama riding a mystical blue elephant. They're all chasing after this black shadow creature in another galaxy. After a difficult battle, they defeat this creature but they didn't check if every piece was eradicated. That missing piece drifts off into space until it makes its way to Earth, and literally becomes the reason as to why the dinosaurs went extinct. I am not joking. Throughout the years, Aku terrorizes Earth, killing cavemen, animals, you name it. And then it cuts to Jack's parents, the Emperor and Empress of feudal Japan, pregnant with baby Jack. Aku is still doing his thing, causing terror and everything like that, and the Emperor decides to take initiative and defeat Aku once and for all using an ancient spell. But sadly, he fails as Aku appears before him, taking on his normal form for the first time in his life, and destroys his father's home and makes his father watch. It's honestly crazy how evil Aku is. Like, I honestly didn't think he was built like that, but I should have known. Luckily though, he's rescued by a magical 8-legged horse that takes him to meet the 3 gods from earlier, and transforms Jack's father into this amazing holy samurai that rides on a cloud like Wukong. It's so cool. From there, an epic battle commences with an all-powerful shape-shifting demon and the holy king blessed with the power of multiple gods. It really is one of the best fights in the show, I think. In a very close battle, with the Emperor giving it all he has, he's able to protect his kingdom and his family. And during all of that battle, all of that war, the only hope for the land was born. And the episode ends. So to recap, in these 2 episodes, we find out that Aku has battled against the gods of the universe and held his own for a bit, because not just one god could take Aku down. It took 3 all-powerful gods to do that, and took out countless cavemen, villagers, animals, anything and everything that was in his way. It really puts to perspective just how truly evil Aku is. And now he's not just some random demon. He's a force of nature. And that really made me realize just how big of a weight Jack has on his shoulders. And from there, I completely understand why everything happened to him and why he felt the way he did in season 5. And yeah, that's all I got. These are, in my opinion, the best episodes of Samurai Jack. No matter if you've never seen the show before and are looking to try out a couple episodes before you pick it up, or you're a samurai veteran like your boy, I believe that these episodes will definitely get you more into the show. Let me know y'all's favorites as well down below. I always have an awesome time talking to you all, so I'm really looking forward to see what you all have to say. And also, here's an update. No video next week. I'm sorry, I know. But this Saturday I'm going on a vacation to Florida for a week before school starts, and I'm so excited. This is so awesome because I've never been out of my state before. But best believe whenever I come back, I'm uploading like there's no tomorrow. So keep your ears peeled for that. Until then, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.